we are going to have Van Hal Larenstein University from the Netherlands sharing with us how we can study in the Netherlands. Me, who is presenting, my name's Anatole Majambere. I work for Gate4 Connections. Gate4 Connections is a company based here in Rwanda, but we also work in the Eastern African community. With our headquarters in Kigali, Rwanda. We specialize in recruiting students who want to study abroad, being in Europe, Canada, and Australia. Today, we are very happy and pleased to be hosting Van Hal Larenstein University. For your information, for those who are here, Van Hal Larenstein is also my university. It's my university in the fact that I am a graduate myself. I'm a graduate of Van Hal Larenstein. I've been there in 2011, 2012. It's really one of the best universities if you want to really have a good knowledge, be a good professional. They have, of course, Linda is going to share with us all the programs they have. So I'm happy that you are here. You've done already a very good choice. So I invite all of you to be present, and we are going to listen to Linda. Then after, if you have questions, I would invite you to write your questions in the chat box. We'll be responding to your questions at the end of the presentation. So now, Linda, the floor is yours. And I would also invite those who have their videos on to please put them off so that we only put our attention on the presentation. So Linda, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Great. So just to check, is my presentation visible now for all the viewers?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so nice to meet you all. Yeah, as Anatole already said, my name is Linda Rentier. I work at the University Van Hal Larenstein of Applied Sciences in the Netherlands. So just to quickly today talk you through our university, our bachelor programs and our master programs, because we offer both of them in English. I'm not sure, your interest, so I'm going to go through them all fairly quickly. If you want to read them through on our website, there are huge profiles on there, student videos as well, but just to give you an idea of the options that we offer. To start off, we have two locations. One is in Velp and one is in Leeuwarden, so like the north and the middle of the country in the Netherlands. We've just over 4,000 students, of which 10% is international. And especially for our master programs, we see a lot of students coming in from Africa, Asia. And for our bachelor, it's a really good mix of European, non-European and Dutch students together. We are officially the most sustainable University of Applied Sciences in the Netherlands. That means that not only within our study programs, but also the way we manage our university, sustainability is super important to us. So we incorporate this in our teaching. To get to the next page, see if that works. Oh, I'm sorry, just have to make sure I'm still in the right meeting. If you bear with me 1 second, do you still see the PowerPoint?
Yes, we do. Please go ahead with the next slide.
Yeah, I am just trying to, sorry, I've just lost my PowerPoint here. I'm just gonna try and share it again. Bear with me 1 second. Share screen, PowerPoint, share. There we go. Yeah. Right, so our two locations, Leeuwarden and Velp, they're both medium-sized student cities. There are multiple universities there, so there's lots of international students. The big thing about Leeuwarden and Velp is that they have very affordable housing. In the Netherlands, the big cities like Amsterdam or Groningen, supply and demand is really out of balance, and it's quite difficult to find affordable student housing. It's not the case in our two cities. Our masters are, 3 of them are located in Velp, and we are there on a estate. So it's a big green, luscious area, big park. And right in the middle of it is our university. The city of Arnhem is just a few minutes away by bike. So if you're interested in learning how to ride a bike, it's definitely something I can recommend all our international students to do, as it's the easiest way to get around. Leeuwarden, the top image, it looks like Amsterdam, but it's slightly smaller. You have the canals, you have the bikes, and you can visit the Dutch islands as well from there. So why study at Van Hal in our bachelor programs, we have international internships incorporated within the programs, and we have a lot of connections with the business world. So this means that during your study program, you already learn what it's like to be working in the actual industry, and you already get work experience working with real companies. We combine theory with practice. So this is a difference in the Netherlands between a research university and a University of Applied Sciences. You learn the theory, but we also teach you how to apply it into the real world. So this is a much more practical approach instead of just learning a book, doing a test and getting a grade for it. You do project work, you go on to work on cases that are coming from real life organizations. And on your internships, you just join a company and join the workforce for a couple of months doing a research project or working on a theme. So this combination of theory and practice really works. Also, we want to have a personal connection with you. So our classes are small. You'll be with 20, 30 people in the classroom max, and our teachers know you by name. The teaching style in the Netherlands is not hierarchical. Yes, there's a teacher, and of course he's the head of the class, but you are very open to start discussions. We want you to think about subjects yourself, and our teachers encourage you to have discussions with the teacher or also with your fellow students. So our English top bachelor programs, these are all 4-year programs where you have 2 internships and you specialize in your field of interest from the 2nd year on. Our admission requirements are to have a secondary school diploma, which needs to be equivalent to the Dutch one. This is something our admissions department will check when you start applying to see if your level from your secondary school back home is at the same as the Netherlands is. For some some courses we advise to have as a final examinations, but this is not mandatory. And then you need to prove your English proficiency. There are some exemptions, but you can find them on our website. So I'll briefly talk you through our bachelor programs here, just a few sentences each. You can ask me lots of questions afterwards if you want to know more about 1 or 2 of them. Food technology, we always say it's a combination of learning the elements of food and how they react to each other in the laboratory with business knowledge. You have to know the market, you have to know what customers are looking for, the trends, to be able to create a successful product. Also, food safety is very important for this bachelor. Animal husbandry is quite a unique program. You can either specialize in all farm animals for applied animal science, where you learn how to do modern farming. And equine sports and business is about horses. So you really learn how to work in the equine industry. International development management. This program is for people who want to make the world a better place, we always say, but with a practical approach. So you can have all these ideals, but you need to know how to make that change. It's built around the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So this is a great sort of umbrella that we use to work on these subjects. Then international business. This is a course where you learn marketing, strategy, entrepreneurship, but also from a sustainable way. Lots of businesses are very much interested in business people who have an eye on this, as it's becoming much more important for companies, and investments have increased as well in how to create sustainable business opportunities. And finally, international business in food and flowers. This is a business program that specializes in the food and flower sector. So it's agribusiness, but it's not only about how to produce food and flower products, but also about how to the entire chain of getting it from the field of production through logistics and then finally to your final customer, keeping in mind these are fresh goods. So it's a very specialized program. Okay. Now moving on to our masters. We have 4 English Start programs. One of them is 1.5 years, and the others are just 1 year each. So you get a full qualified master program in just 1 year of studies. I will talk you through them in the next slides. In general, the admission requirements are a bachelor degree, which needs to be of equivalent qualification. Again, this is something our admissions department will check when you apply. It needs to be in a relevant field. So if you're interested in doing something in River Delta development management and you have a bachelor's degree in psychology, it might not be very suitable. So you have to keep in mind it needs to be a related field. We also need to prove your English proficiency. And then for 2 of our masters, management of development and agricultural production chain management, you also have to have at least 2 years of relevant work experience. This is because it's a professional master. So we want you to use the experience you have in your work and put it into practice, and we will take it to the next level. That's the idea of this master program. For dairy chain management and river delta development, it is not necessary to have this experience. So river delta development, this program is to protect the river delta, but you have to create the opportunity for economic and ecological development. It's a joint master's with 3 universities. So each half year you study at us or one of our partners, which is University of Zeeland and University of Rotterdam. So it's also a great opportunity to really learn about the Netherlands and the different types of water that we manage here. Innovative dairy chain management. This program, as it's specialized around dairy production, it's in the north of the Netherlands. This is the heart of the industry and lots of innovation takes place here. With our university, we work in the dairy campus, which is a combination of companies in the dairy sector and research facilities like ourselves. So it's a great place if you want to specialize yourself in dairy production. It uses the latest technologies, how to get from grass to glass is what we say. Then management of development. This is the professional master, so for mid-career rural development professionals. You can see the specializations on here. So food and nutrition, disaster risk and social inclusion, gender and youth. So you learn how to reduce disaster losses and to minimize the impact of them. Focus on gender equality.
Sorry, Linda, can I cut you short?
Yeah, sure.
You are the host and you have to accept people who are coming in.
In the waiting room. I'm the only one who can do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
thank you.
Giselle. I'm admitting them right now. Yeah, I think they're there.
Good.
Right. Okay. Then moving on to agricultural production chain management. This master, you can focus on livestock, horticulture chains, or forest chains. So what does it do? You are focusing on sustainable development of these value chains and also how to manage them. And again, this is a master for mid-career horticultural or forest or livestock professionals who want to learn about the latest innovations and technologies and take that back to their business and taking it to the next level. Just to admit someone else to the waiting room here. Okay. If you want to apply, and of course, Gate 4 Connections can help you in this process as well. They are one of our representatives. But to give you an idea, if you want to start our bachelor program, you've got until the 1st of July to start your application. We would definitely advise you to do this sooner. Even if you're still graduating, you can already start your application now. The program starts on the 1st of September. So because we have to arrange your student visa, there's lots of time that needs to be taken after you have been accepted. So you have to start the process as soon as possible. Most of our master programs start 1 month later, so 1st of October. And then our application deadline is also the 1st of July because you've got quite some time to cover to make sure everything is sorted here and before you can travel to the Netherlands. We help you in this process. So, we have a portal where you need to upload your documents that we will then assess to see if you're admissible. And we will also help you with housing. So we have housing available in our buildings for non-European students, and you can let us know if you are interested in that. You still have to pay for that yourself. It's about 300 to 450 euros per month, but we can make sure there's a room available for you. If you're not interested in that, you can find private housing yourself. There's lots of opportunities in our student cities. And that's it. I think we're on to the question section now.
Good, good. Thank you very much, Linda. Please keep your eye on the newcomers.
Yeah, I will.
Even if they will be already late. Well, thank you very much. Thank you, guys, for having followed the presentation. Now, time for questions. Call in the, you get full connected. Call in, okay, it was just someone who's chatting. No, questions, please. And probably if you feel like you want to ask your question in Kinyarwanda, maybe you are more flexible in Kinyarwanda, I'll be happy to get your question and probably translate it for Linda. Feel free to ask questions.
Yeah, maybe while people are thinking about their questions or typing them in, one thing to keep in mind is that on the 24th of April, we are hosting an online open day. And this is also a great opportunity for you to have a look at our study programs, because you can see live stream presentations done by our lecturers and current students, and you can also chat with them. So that's one thing to keep in mind as well.
Yeah, we already have their emails and their phone numbers, so I will share with them the invitation.
Perfect. Yeah.
Do you have some short courses training programs? That is the first question from Jean-Baptiste.
Yeah, that's a good question. We have one short course program, only one. Let me quickly look it up for you, because I'm much more notified on the master and bachelor programs, but I've got them here. It's food security and gender. So this is a 3-week short course program. The tuition fee is 3,000 euros for this one. And it starts in, if I can see this correctly, in May. Yes, this is only one time a year that we offer this program. So that's only 3 weeks short course.
Yes, thank you, Linda. You've touched the tuition fee. One of the questions that they have asked in the registration form was also about the tuition fee. Could you please tell us more on the tuition fees?
Yeah, so the annual tuition fee for our bachelor programs, it's 9,100 euros. So that's per year, and it's a 4-year program. So you have to pay that every year. Our master programs, the tuition fee is 14,250 euros. But as the master programs are only 1 year, that's the one-time amount that you have to pay. Also the case in the Netherlands is our immigration service needs you to prove you are able to financially support yourself. So that means that besides the tuition fee, you also have to transfer just over 10,000 euros before you come to the Netherlands to prove that you can support yourself for that year. And then once you arrive, you get that money back. So it's a deposit. It's yours, but you just have to transfer it, and then we transfer it back to you. So our immigration can see the proof that you are able to financially support yourself.
Another question, is there any registration fee?
No, there's no registration fee. So if you register now, at any point in time, you can cancel your application, and or if you are not admissible, there's no loss for you. Only when you are accepted and we start your visa application, that is when we have to start making costs. So if you are still a bit in doubt, you can still start your application now and withdraw it at some point later if you're not sure anymore.
Thank you, Linda. When a student has got his admission letter, before he goes to apply for the visa, is there any pre-deposit?
Right, so we do the visa application for you because we have to prove that you are actually accepted as our student. So you don't have to do this yourself. We will do the steps to apply for your visa, and then of course you have to collect it at the embassy in your country before you can come here. You are only able to, we will only start your visa application if you are fully admitted and you have transferred the money. So the tuition fee and the costs, the administration fee for some things. So that's something you have to keep in mind. And once the funding has been transferred to us, we will start your visa application. If you are rejected, so if you do not get the visa, you of course get all the money back except for the administration costs of 350 euros for us applying for your visa.
Thank you very much, Linda. There was Emmanuel who asked if this program is really trustful. Yes, it is. As I said, I studied at this university. The university is international, is recognized by the Ministry of Education in the Netherlands. So we, and Gate for Connections that is in Rwanda is also legally registered. It's a known company, and you will have to apply for a visa before you go to study. So the visa is given by the Dutch embassy here in Rwanda, so you don't have to worry about anything. Is it possible to be exempted from submitting TOEFL if one can prove that she or he did studies in English?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Yes, that is possible. So if you can prove with a statement from your university that your bachelor degree was fully taught in English, you can be exempted from doing the TOEFL test or the IELTS, but we do still want you to take a sort of in-house test that we have created ourselves, which is called an OAPT test, but it's not as big and expensive as the TOEFL test. So yes, if you can get a statement from your university where they claim that your degree was fully taught in English, you can be exempted from admitting the TOEFL.
Okay, good. Could you please still check if you don't have people at the gate knocking, wanting to enter?
They keep coming in, and I constantly click on admit if they do. So there's
yes, thank you. Maybe to complement what you said, for all the guys from Rwanda, we know that you've studied in English and your English level is really good. What happens is that you will have to simply prove that you really studied in English with what we call English proficiency letter from your school or from your university. So I can see Jean-Baptiste who asked is it possible to learn English as TOEFL while you start to learn there? Well, what I know is that you also have English training centers. Maybe if someone is not really very good, he can be studying, but at the same time, recommended to improve his English. Is this still available, Linda?
Yeah, the English is a admission requirement. So if you do not meet the level, so either with the TOEFL or an IELTS or the alternative test, if you are proving that your previous education is in English, if you don't pass the alternatives test, you cannot be accepted to the program. It's very important that your English is at the right level. So you cannot sort of start learning English while you are here. If you are accepted based on the level of your English, and whilst you're here, you're thinking, it's not very easy for me and I have to improve, you can of course follow English lessons in the Netherlands. There are many private companies that offer extra English courses, but my advice would be to start doing this earlier.
Good, thank you. Any other question, please? Questions? Well, I can see that there are no questions. Another question that I have seen in the registration form was about whether this program is a scholarship or not. Well, it was indicated in the registration form that this program is not about scholarships. As she informed you, there's a fee, and for each program, there's a certain amount of money that you have to pay. She already talked about it. So there is no scholarship.
Any other questions?
Any other questions? Questions, please. When do you close registrations?
Right, so yeah, the 1st of July is your final chance to start your application in StudyLink. StudyLink is a Dutch program that all universities use. which is the first step of your application. You have to do that before the 1st of July. After that, you get into our portal, and that's where you need to upload your documents, so your diplomas, your English, a copy of your passport, and then we have to go through those documents to see if you are admissible or not. Then you have to pay the tuition fee. So the deadline, first step is the 1st of July. And then your payment deadline is the 20th of July, because we need to have July and August to make sure we can do your visa. This is still very tight. This is like the final deadline that we can start your visa application process. So don't wait until the 1st of July and pay at the 20th of July. Try to do this much earlier so we can do all this documentation check, because sometimes we have to ask you, you know, for example, for our masters, you need to have a motivational letter as well. We often see that people are very, you know, short on their motivation, and it's difficult for us to say, is this the right program for you? So we will email you back and say, can you elaborate a bit more on this and this kind of topic in your motivational letter? So we need to have some time for this. So that's why we say start before the 1st of July, but that's the final deadline.
Okay, any other question, please? Questions? No more questions?
I see one coming in about the admission requirements. So that's maybe from someone who started in slightly later. The admission requirements are, for our bachelor programs, a secondary school diploma, which is equivalent to the Dutch level, and we will assess this when you apply. For the master programs, it's a bachelor degree at the same level as the Dutch system. Next to that, you need to prove your English proficiency. If your previous education was fully in English, you can be exempted from that, and we have an alternative test. And for our master programs, we also require some work experience.
The other question was about the accommodation.
Yes, so for non-European students, we have reserved student housing in one of our partner buildings. So these are, you'll have your own room, but you share the bathroom and the kitchen with other students. The quality is very high. Student housing quality in the Netherlands is high. There's lots of safety rules, regulations, fire safety. So these are really good quality buildings, and they are furnished as well. So you don't have to arrange furnishing. And the prices are between 300 and 450 euros a month. You have to pay this yourself, but we can make a reservation for you in one of these rooms. If you don't want to use this, you can find housing on the private market. There are lots of agencies available. We also share them on our website if you search on housing. So there you can have a look at the housing agencies, and there you are free to arrange some of them yourselves. So that sort of housing cost you have to consider for your shopping, for you know, other things, about 800 to 900 euros a month. So that's housing, living costs, everything included. Insurance. When you travel to the Netherlands, you have to have healthcare insurance. So that's something to keep in mind as well.
Good. Any other question? Is it possible to study through online?
No, you have to be in the Netherlands. And even though because of the COVID-19 measures, we are doing lots of our lectures online at the moment, our students are still doing at least 1 day a week. And for our master students, it's more in the building. And because you do a lot of project work and you interact with your fellow students and learn from each other's cases, we have to have these meetings in the building. So it's not possible to do this fully online. So you have to be traveling to the Netherlands to be able to follow our study programs.
Good. Any maybe last 1 or 2 questions? One or 2 other questions? No more questions? Well, I can see that the
Anatole,
yes, Esperance.
Yeah, thank you so much, Linda, for So yeah, I'm a colleague of Anatole in Gate for Connections. So yeah, I thank you for the presentation. So I was wondering, okay, when you start the academic year, is it in September or October?
Depends. So our bachelor programs all start in September, and our master programs all start on the 1st of October, except the innovative dairy chain management one. That one also starts in September, so slightly earlier, but the other 3 master programs start in October.
Okay.
And we only have once a year intake, so it's not possible to start in February as some universities might offer. We only have this autumn season intake in the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm. Thanks a lot.
Good.
There are
yes,
still other questions.
Go on,
I'm
please.
still seeing other questions.
Oh, I can't hear Esperance anymore.
No, I'm saying there are other questions.
Yes, yes. Do you offer both business and science programs?
Right. So the programs I just presented are all our English taught programs, and most of them actually combine business courses with chemistry, microbiology, for example, the food technology program, or innovations like the dairy chain program. So business is also always part of it, because for all these subjects, you have to learn how the market is working, how you can become an entrepreneur, how to market your project. So even though lots of them have a science component, the business side is also important to that. So you have a combination of both. I also see a question if other programs
Is there any other program that is not presented?
There are, but those are taught in Dutch. And to be able to follow those, you have to prove your Dutch proficiency. And it's a language that is difficult to learn within a few weeks. So it's not something we say international students are able to do if they start a Dutch course now or online, unless you have a basic knowledge of Dutch already. So the ones that I presented here are English taught programs.
Good, thank you. Any other question, please? Maybe last one or two questions. No more questions. Good. I can see that we don't have other questions. So I would just want to thank you guys for your participation and share with you our contacts. You already have our emails and our phone numbers, but please, our office is at Remera at the Anglican Church of Rwanda head office, just opposite Remera police station. If you want to also contact us by phone, you can use one of the phone numbers listed, but you have also got our phone numbers in the email and in the signature. So please feel free to either visit our office, send us an email. If you again feel like you have other questions that were not answered, we are here for you. What I would like to say to also conclude is that the Netherlands is really one of the first destinations for students, whether they are from Africa, Asia, and even in Europe. Me who studied there, I've seen a lot of students from all over the world coming to study in the Netherlands. This is the meaning that they really have top quality education. And in my experience, all the students who studied in the Netherlands, at least those who are here in Rwanda, they all have good jobs. Well, you can study, it's an investment, but probably you also have an experience. But what happens after you have graduated? Where do you get a job? If you don't have a job and you have paid a lot of money, then it's really a waste. It's a waste of your money and a waste of your time. So I don't want you guys to really waste your time and money. And if you don't want to waste your time and money, please go to study to in the Netherlands. You won't regret it, and we are here to help you. And Van Gaal Larenstein is also there to welcome you. Another really good thing that I love with Van Gaal Larenstein, you know that most of the universities, a master's program is 2 years. At the Van Gaal Larenstein, it's only some of the programs within 1 year, you have your master's degree. So there was someone who wanted to ask a question. Yes, you're welcome.
Yes. Is this allowed to ask for the Embassy of Netherlands for someone who wants more information?
Sorry.
Thank you. Is this information you have given us, we are going to ask for the Netherlands Embassy?
Well, I guess there is no problem. If you feel like you are probably not sure, you want to check and confirm with the Dutch Embassy in Rwanda, please go and talk to them. But as someone who is here in Rwanda, if you really want to confirm, you can meet me, talk to me, and I will also direct you to other students who graduated from the Van Gaal Larenstein University. But if you feel like you need to check with the Dutch Embassy, it's located at Kachiru, and they will be happy to respond to you. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So another program is...
We don't hear you, Adalbert. You are lost. Your mic is off. Your mic is off. Yes. Adalbert, we don't hear you. We do not hear you, Adalbert.
Yes. I'm asking if it is only for masters, or they have also for bachelor's degree?
Yes, probably you came a little bit late. Van Gaal Larenstein have bachelor's degrees and also master's degrees. So I will share with you a list of all the programs being bachelor's degree and master's degrees.
Okay, thank you.
Anatol, let me clarify one thing.
Yes.
I don't know if I heard his question very well, but the Dutch Embassy is not the agent for Van Gaal Larenstein. So Gate for Connection is there for you. If you need more information, come to us, then we will direct you, we will give you, ample information. But if maybe you want to make sure this is, a recognized university, you can go to the Dutch Embassy. But the Dutch Embassy, they will not give you the details about the university because they are not representing Van Gaal. So that's what I'd like to make sure.
But they will be able to confirm. If you want to double check, if you're not sure, you can of course contact the embassy, and they will know who we are, so they can confirm that we are a real university, a sound university, and we are accredited within the Dutch and also the European grading system as well. But yeah, as Esperanza has mentioned, Gate for Connections can help you with all the further details on our study programs, but also on how to apply.
Yes. My problem was like, I don't know, I hear when they say about their office, I know where the embassies of Netherlands here in Kigali. So I'm not in Kigali, but I wish I can have more information for contact for who can help me for just getting for more information.
Thank you very much. We are here for you.
Yeah, you can share with me your contacts so that I can contact you.
Please, I will. You already have our email and our phone numbers, so please contact me after this presentation.
Meeting, yes, okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, I guess we don't have other questions, so I would like to really thank you guys and thank Linda for her time, and wish to see you guys coming to us, and hope to see some of you guys going to study in the Netherlands in this coming, in this year. This means starting from September, right?
Yeah, September or October, and yeah, it would
Thank
be
you.
great to see you in the Netherlands. And yeah, thank you for having me here today to be joining
Yeah.
you in Rwanda from the Netherlands.
Yeah, Linda, do you still pick students from the airport?
Yes, we do also. Yeah, we want to make sure you get to us safely. So yeah, all students coming from outside of Europe, we have a airport pickup. Yeah.
Good. Thank you very much, and thank you guys. See you soon, and please, if you also have colleagues who are interested, please let them know. We are here, we are waiting for them. We will help you to study in the Netherlands. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you, Anatole.